So I was thinking today about this video and the importance of talking about the different cultures that surround Delta 9 or cannabis. I don't want to say marijuana. I really want to stick to cannabis, high Delta 9, cannabis, or we call it hemp, high CBD, and how both of those are quite similar, but also I want to call it like the energy or the vibe around it is very different between the hemp side and then the high Delta 9 side. I think that there's absolutely I think that on the high Delta 9 side, call it marijuana, cannabis, there definitely is this more of a culture around getting wrecked, right? Like if you go to events, I mean, it is very much like get it baked as possible, and I think like it has its place, but I think that there's a whole the category of people that want to go there. And again, I go there, but there's this sort of vibe around that, which is like, and it's very narrow-sighted. I often find it being very narrow-sighted when you're talking about marijuana, right? It's cannabis, which is high Delta 9. There's these D9 maximalists that are like anything but Delta 9. I mean, it's not like a high potency Delta 9 flower. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. And then over here on the hemp side, we're like, so like that's like one of like 155 different cannabinoids. And there's actually many others that can do a lot of beneficial things to your body. And it's much more, I feel that hemp is much more open to other cannabinoids, healing, right? I really feel that for hemp, CBD, CBN, all of the D8, it's really more to do with your health, your making yourself feel better, making you... it's like the hemp vibe is like, don't really want to be getting fucked up, right? That's really more of the hemp vibe. The hemp vibe is like, hey, and that's really the owl's vibe too. It's like, we want to be comfortable, we want to feel good, we want to be clear, right? We're not like 14-year-old kids anymore that want to get wrecked. And I want to have my dreams, right? I like dreaming. I'm not sure if any of you have ever realized that, but that's something with cannabis that your dreams will go away. And so I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it definitely seems that there's far more cannabinoids. I think that on the hemp side, I feel hemp has really push the boat out there when it comes to discovery of new cannabinoids, scaling of extraction. I mean, when you look at what some of these guys are doing on the marijuana side, and I keep saying marijuana, but it's like, it's going to be cannabis and hemp, right? Cannabis and hemp, that's what I'm going to call it, because at the end of the day, marijuana is a derogatory term that was used back in the day, and there's no need to keep utilizing that. So cannabis is what I'm going to call high THC. Hemp is what I'm going to call just not high THC, I suppose. So it's CBG, high CBG, high CBD, and so again, just coming back to this talk here, it's like we've been fed so many lies, and I know, of course, cannabis and hemp, they've both had their fair share of it. I mean, hemp was literally used as the paper for a lot of very important documents, such as the Declaration of Independence. And And then on the cannabis side, I mean, it's like this reefer madness. Like, people go insane if they use this, and they, gonna rape your wives and like all this craziness that in the end of the day was just all false. And of course, now that cannabis has become legal in many, many states, it's really been the sole focus of just growing and isolating this one cannabinoid. Whereas hemp is like, okay, we can't do that over there, but we've got all of these others here, and let's do a little bit of research into it. And I really feel that there's this really big awakening now where cannabinoids are coming online, where people are starting to learn more and more about all the different types of cannabinoids, what they do, and people are beginning to, and I feel more on the hemp side, is there's so many cannabinoids and they all have their place, and a lot of people want to get relief from inflammation, from pain, and they want to keep their cognitive function. And for a lot of people, including myself, if I was to smoke cannabis daily, I'm not a functional person. Now, I think that there's people who utilize Delta 9 like I would Delta 8 or CBD, but I'd love to hear from you. Like, do any of you who watch these videos, have you now transitioned to, solely like other cannabinoids and then Delta 9s like on the weekends, or like going to bed at night, or something like that, or when you're turning off? Because that's at least the case for me. And what have you found? Have you found at all that people sort of turn their nose up at Delta 8, and majority of that is due to the fact that people are frustrated in the cannabis market that Delta 8 is now flourishing and they can't do interstate transportation. So I think there's a little bit of jealousy there. And so, I think it's really important, right, to really look at this and think about what is it that we are looking for, right? And I think as a whole, as I said, people want to get relief. I'm a strong believer that I don't think that people should be utilizing cannabis at a young age when you're developing your brain, or really pushing that. And I think that's it's a really common theme of like I'm actually going to do a whole other video right now about Delta 9, but Delta 9 can sort of turn you off and not engage your emotions. And I think that's something that's really critical and important. And especially at a young age, we need to be able to utilize our emotions and feel them as opposed to covering them up. And I think that happens a lot with Delta 9. And let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Because I was just having a very good conversation. And as I said, it's these D9 maximalists that like Delta 9 or nothing. And I also look at that a lot as like it's Bitcoin or nothing. It's like these alt cannabinoids, and then you've got the main one. I'll do some videos on cryptocurrency if you don't know about it. But that's really what I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.